The game of the weekend, there's really no doubt about it. Second part of Super Sunday, Manchester United versus Arsenal. Mikel Arteta, Ruben Amorim have both been speaking to the media in the last hour or so.
I think he has a great potential in everything he does. He can play different type of footballs. He's going to feel that Premier League is really aggressive. He's going to learn, but he has a great potential, and I can see Ben be a striker for Manchester United for a long of years. That's why we pay so much money to have a striker that will have his history in our club. We need to have a lot of time, but he's ready. First of all, physically he's ready. That is a big component in our league. Then he's really smart. Every detail that he asks. Is a guy that is always thinking. He spent all afternoon here working on his fitness, so he's ready to play. We'll see if he's going to start.
Victor, and how happy we are to have him. I think he's going to have a tremendous impact in the team. His adaptation has been very, very good, and we're really happy to have him. And first of all, understanding the player and exposing the player to the conditions that he can fulfill his incredible potential. And then that's going to be the key. And the good thing is that there have been many players, many strikers, they have come from different leagues, they have come to the Premier League and be successful. And it's for us creating the right context for Victor to do what he does the best, which is to score goals. He's getting better and better every day. He's normally a really fit player. It's true that he hasn't trained so much with us. He has those 2 moments in games when he's participated, and the feeling was very good. So let's see what we do on Sunday.
OK, so both of these managers have a new sort of leading forward, if you like, to get excited about. But Dan, of course, as far as Manchester United are concerned, that comes in a wider context of the whole front line being strengthened with Matheus Cunha and Bryan Mbeumo also arriving at Old Trafford before Benjamin Sesko. But what about elsewhere in the team? Any more potential strengthening to come?
Yeah, David, I mean, you're right to mention the incomings, and actually very impressive work by Manchester United to get these signings done well before the season has begun, because we've seen in the last 5 or 6 years they've been entangled in long transfer sagas, even for the likes of Harry Maguire, Anthony, Manuel Ugarte even last summer you could mention. But all 3 signings and forwards are in. Diego Leon also as a fullback they secured quite early on in the window as well. But now the focus, as you said, will be on outgoings, and we know there are players who aren't part of Ruben Amorim's kind of first team plans going forward. The likes of Alejandro Garnacho very heavily linked with Chelsea. We know they're very interested in the young winger, just waiting for them to formalise that interest. Also the likes of Jadon Sancho, really heavily linked with AS Roma as we understand it. But then also Rasmus Højlund, who didn't feature last weekend at Old Trafford against Fiorentina in their last friendly. Ruben Amorim actually went with Mason Mount as their forward option on that occasion, and his future now very much in doubt. And when he was asked about this, I think Ruben Amorim was very keen on focusing on the players already at the club. But there's also question marks around the midfield as well. With Mbeumo and Cunha now at the club, Bruno Fernandes is expected to play slightly deeper. Then the question is who plays next to him, and that has really arisen, all of these links with Carlos Baleba, who Manchester United are interested in, but will they be able to do that this window or perhaps in the future? One midfielder to tell you about, David, in just the last 15 minutes who has left the club on loan is the young Toby Collier. He's joined West Brom on a season-long loan from the club. So that leaves that midfield area a bit lighter. But when it comes to Højlund and the midfield options, Ruben Amorim kept his cards pretty close to his chest.
Is one more option. We will see. We are focusing this game, and Rasmus is still our player.
Hi, Ruben. Just on the midfield situation, do you want a new midfielder to come in, and would you be confident of getting one in? Because it does look like you're quite light in that area. I'm
really happy with our players. They are working really well. We have different players for that position, so we are prepared to win any game with our players.
OK, so Dan was speaking there with Ruben Amorim. And, Gary, I'm sure that Mikel Arteta is delighted when he sees you pitch up at Arsenal's training ground, ready to ask that first question, as you have the right to do, in your own inimitable way, choosing poetry and metaphor. Go on, then. Tell us more.
Listen, he was in a good mood. You could tell he was in a good mood. I had an Arsenal balloon as well, just to celebrate what is a big new season for Arsenal and, of course, for us at Sky Sports. And he's aware that it's a big season for him and Arsenal. And he referred back to those 3 second-place finishes when he was asked whether or not Arsenal could go one better this time. And he said, look, you keep digging and digging and digging until one day the gold is there. And he also confirmed, by the way, that despite criticism this week from a former Arsenal captain, Martin Odegaard won the players' vote outright, really. A massive majority for him to carry on as captain. So, yeah, you're right. The opening of the news conference, after I presented him with this card, was a poem in this card. Arsenal are red, United are too. It's Sky's biggest Premier League season ever. We're excited. Are you?
I'm super excited. I can't wait. It's been a really productive pre-season. We made such an evolution in the squad as well, and we're ready to go.
After having come close 3 times now, knocking on the door of the title, but this season really is the most pressure on you and your team.
Yeah, you keep digging, and you have to be digging because one day the gold is going to be there, you know, and that's all the time. When I've been tough, when I've been educated, and that's it. For 3 seasons, we have more points than any other team in this league, which is incredible. So that's all about the consistency. Now we have to do it in a season to earn 1 more point, to the same amount of points and more goals difference than any other team. That's the objective.
OK, so in terms of that, Gary, I mean, you know, what you've already got, obviously, struck up a bit of a rapport with Mikel Arteta over the seasons, and Dan has obviously as well with Manchester United just settling into life there. Guys, it's set to be a brilliant Super Sunday Part 2. Thank you very much indeed.